going on, everybody? Chris here. Thank you for tuning in to Wicked Digger. I apologize there's a little bit of noise, but today I'm at my house. I'm right on the road just about, and at a busy intersection here. So it might be a little loud at times with road noise and cars, so I apologize in advance. It's also a little bit windy on and off. You can see the leaves behind me are kind of blowing pretty good. But today we are going to go through all the Nokta machines I have. Maybe help you understand them a little bit and decide whether one is good for you or the other one may not be. And go through, not in super big depth, but go through them enough to let you know some differences that might help you decide what's good for you. So I'm going to turn you around, show you them all, and introduce you to them one by one. So there is all 6 of my Nokta machines, and they all have the stock coils on them. The early release Legend had a coil that was more of a round 11-inch like the Ultras kind of do, but all the newer generations, because of demand from end users using these machines, they've mostly like the LG30 style or SX30, whatever it happens to be for your machine. That is one thing to keep in mind with these machines. They're not really interchangeable coils. A lot to do with single frequencies and multi frequencies. Couple different changes that require different coils. So you can't use a machine that is single frequency and put on a multi-frequency coil. You could run into issues, depth issues, target ID issues, all kinds of things, and so on and so forth, going in both directions there. So let's start off and look at your complete beginner entry-level machine first. So this is the FindX. This is Nokta's newest line of machines that is really for beginner. This is 100% turn on and go type machine. You have auto ground balancing with it, and you have single frequency, and you have a base machine. You don't get extra coils with it, you don't get headphones, that type of deal. For somebody who's just starting out, has never had a machine before, wants to test the waters, this is an extremely affordable machine, and you can get it right on Amazon. So check that out. I'll put a link in the description of this video that will bring you right to purchasing a FindX. So if you don't need anything waterproof, if you don't need anything multi-frequency, you're just doing parks or sites that aren't like very trashy, that's probably the perfect machine for you to go out and swing in. If you're doing like public parks or something, maybe ball field type things and the concession stands, that might be a great machine for you to just go out and just find stuff all day long, have fun with it, go around your own yard, that type of deal. We'll go on to the next. So these are kind of in order to how I put them from lower end to upper end, I guess. The Simplex Plus. I got this machine back in 2019. I have thousands of hours on this machine, guaranteed of it, and it's been an absolutely phenomenal machine. So the Simplex Plus, you cannot get any longer straight from the manufacturer or dealers, I guess, unless there happens to be one around. You could probably find them used. This is the stock coil that is on it. This machine is what started me with Nokta, and what I found hundreds of treasures with. I know this machine really well, and I got to know it so well that it was very easy for me to identify things, to the point that I was not really digging too much trash with it, to be honest with you. I just knew what this machine was telling me. Single frequency machine. It runs on 12 kilohertz. Sorry, the truck was a little loud, apologize. And it's a very deep machine. It's a very sensitive machine. But I have dug so many great things with this thing that I would recommend a Simplex Plus to anybody out there. It's a machine that can definitely compete with $700 machines all day long. It was a fraction of that price when it came out. But that's a Simplex Plus. Basic, pretty basic machine too. You do have manual ground balancing. It's single frequency, nothing crazy about it. but the way it performs is amazing. The 12 kilohertz that it runs at is a great frequency. You might struggle in areas with EMI. You have to adjust it real good to be able to be seaworthy out at the beach, but it'll do it. But you'll hear some chatter for sure. But it's a great machine all around. The Simplex Ultra. This one here is very similar to the Simplex Plus in the way that it is single frequency. Also very user friendly, very easy to use. It's got all the things you really need without having the extra bells and whistles that come with some of the multi-frequency machines. Same stock coil, 11-inch round coil. It's actually the same one as the FindX. And the Ultra, single frequency. Unlike the Simplex Plus that runs on 12 kilohertz, the Ultra runs in 15 kilohertz. So they do have their differences in that aspect with the way they run on kilohertz. 15 kilohertz frequency is a little more of an all-around frequency than a 12 kilohertz. But both of them are great. Like I mentioned about the Simplex Plus, I had no problems with it and absolutely love that thing. I don't use it too often now, but I would have no problem taking that thing out again and feel very confident about that machine. So back to the Ultra, very basic adjustments on this. Same thing, nothing too crazy. You got your volume, you got your depth. It's a great machine all around. And something that's definitely a step up from getting a FindX or even a FindX Pro, which I do not have the Pro here, but I believe the Pro, the biggest difference is the headphones that comes with it, but I can double check that. But the Ultra would definitely be a good step up from the FindX. Maybe you were on the fence and you're like, geez, should I buy this because it's my first machine I'm starting off with? Or should I start off with something like the Ultra? If you buy a FindX and you realize that you really enjoy metal detecting, maybe you should have started off with this because it might last you a little bit longer. But maybe it's a good time to upgrade from that. Or if you have a FindX or an Ultra and you want to upgrade to something else, well, here comes the Score line. Now there is a Score 1, basically. You have a Score 2 and the triple Score that recently came out. So the double Score, boy, this machine, I love this machine. And it's been very good to me. The very first hunt of this year, it found me some incredible bucket lists on my first hunt of 2024. That is the stock coil with it, the SX30, just like the Legend comes with now, and the triple Score as well. Double Score is multi-frequency. That's going to be your biggest difference and advantage from the Simplex lines and the FindX, is you're going to have multi-frequency with the double Score. Now this has adjustments, for, your volume, your sensitivity. It has Bluetooth capabilities for Bluetooth low latency headphones. It has way more options than you do with the Ultra. You have recovery speed on this, and a few other bells and whistles that will get you a little more of advantage in certain situations. With multi-frequency, one of the biggest advantages of that is beach hunting. So if you're a beach hunter and you want to go to the beach, then I would always highly recommend to get a multi-frequency machine. They're just easier to operate. They run much cleaner with the minerals coming off of the salt water. Multi-frequency is the way to go, no doubt about it. You can do it with these machines, and I've done it with other older single frequency machines too, and from different companies and everything, and they're chattery. Single frequency can be chattery on the beach. You have to turn the sensitivity down a lot sometimes. Different things that you have to do to set it up to make it okay. Multi-frequency, you turn it on, set your ground balance, or don't, and just go out and swing. So that's fantastic for that. But there is something to be said about single frequency machines, just the way they work. Obviously, if you're a single frequency machine, you're going through a lot less stuff. It's just one frequency you're working at. Where multi-frequency, you're using multi-frequencies. So you have the advantage of having a cleaner, all-around machine, being able to get targets out of the ground better, the way it reacts with it, but it's doing a lot more thinking. So multi-frequency, 100% for beaches. I love it for my dirt digging. I do a lot of home sites, farms, that kind of thing. A lot of iron infested areas, and multi-frequency helps out with that big time. At least it does for me. So I could hear those differences a lot better. Although these machines like the Simplex Plus has, iron audio, that you can hear that iron as well. But you might get a little more falsing with single frequency. So double score, or the regular score, or triple score, all kind of fall in the same type of category. You do have a little more options with the triple score. Your levels of all your options are more, where you have 3 adjustments for recovery speed on the double score. You have 5 on the triple score. I believe the sensitivity goes a little higher in different types of increments, and a lot of other different adjustments throughout. And you may not even need all those adjustments yourself. So going to a regular score or the double score might suit you. Right now, you can get this triple score for $4.99. I mean, to get a multi-frequency, absolutely amazing machine with that coil, and it comes with the smaller elliptical coil, carbon fiber shaft, completely waterproof. It's like a no-brainer. If you're looking for a machine and you're going to spend, $300-400, I would honestly recommend to spend the extra money on the triple score. If you don't want to spend the small difference, that goes to a Legend, basically. But a triple score is an absolutely fantastic machine. So far, I've been loving it. And when I'm done going through these machines, we're actually going to take the triple score up through here a little bit and see if we can get any signals out of my yard. But it has more bells and whistles than the double score, but also not as much as the Legend. So the Legend, that's the top of the line Nokta machine right now. Basically, it's their flagship machine, and it's absolutely incredible. I can never say enough good things about this Legend. I have quite a few hours on this. Had it for about 1.5 years now, and it has been an absolutely phenomenal machine. Multi-frequency, and with the score machines in the Legend, you can go from multi-frequency to single frequency as well. So as I mentioned, those times where single frequency might be really good, if for some reason you're having a lot of trouble with like crazy EMI or something, power lines, cell towers, which I do at one good spot, if I have to, I can put it into single frequency. The multi-frequency sometimes can be a little chattery, when I'm out in the field at that certain location, but for the most part, I can deal with the multi-frequency chatter from the cell tower that's nearby, and it performs no problem with it, really. So it's just so many adjustments in this thing that if you're a newbie starting out, this could definitely be overwhelming. If you take a step back to a triple or double score, a lot easier to operate. So the Legend would be definitely for somebody who knows they love metal detecting. They want to upgrade from a Simplex Ultra to a multi-frequency machine. They really love detecting. They don't want to. You might not want to spend the money on one step up. You might want to go right to the top. Definitely would recommend the Legend. And you can go on with the base settings of this machine, and it will perform absolutely phenomenal. All the adjustments they have beyond their base settings is going to be merely preference. And it also might depend on the ground you're digging. You might want to change, some recovery speeds if you're in a lot of iron. I like to change my recovery speed. Usually I run probably about 4 on average for recovery speed on the Legend. If I'm in a lot of iron, I bump it up to about 7. Swing a little slower, bump up the recovery speed. It helps you pick out targets between the iron. Certain things like that you can't really do with a Simplex Ultra, or you have more adjustment in the Legend than the triple score and that type of stuff. So that's where that stands with the Legend. Top of the line, flagship machine, completely waterproof, super reliable, built like a tank. It's just an amazing machine. So these are the 6 machines I have from Nokta. Honestly, love every single one of them. The triple score being newest, I've been using it more, and so far so good. Now, if you have any questions about any of these machines, please reach out to me. My email is always in the description of the video. I'll try to throw some links in there for these machines that'll bring you to like the Amazon one for FindX. Other ones that will maybe bring you to the Nokta Detections page, and you can go check them out, check out the specifications, check out the prices, stuff like that. So don't ever, be afraid to reach out to me. I do my very best to reply to everyone through emails. So I don't have to stop the video here. I thought I was going to be able to show you guys some digging with the triple score, but I did a lot more digging than I expected in my yard, and I wound up getting like almost 40 minutes worth of footage, which was just too long for a video. So I hope you enjoyed the part of showing all the machines anyhow. I did go and find a old knife handle, a rusty old iron spoon bowl, and about 5 really crusty Lincoln cents and 1 modern quarter. So found some stuff anyhow. I hope you enjoyed this video of looking at these different machines, and wicked happy hunting, everybody. Thanks for watching.